They'll ask for a stay later today. Greater than Dana. Matt Finn, thank you. Greater than Bill. For more want to bring in Steve Hilton running to be the next governor of California. Also Kennedy, host of the Fox News podcast Kennedy Saves the World. From Rodney Scott, these are the juveniles found at the March marijuana facility. California, are you ready to partner with U.S. to stop child exploration? Alicia Finley in the Wall Street Journal. Governor Newsom's defense of pot growers: marijuana is not as popular in Middle America as California. Is there any way to seek higher office? You live there, looking for that office. What do we need to understand about this raid from last week? Greater than first of all, on the legal point, Bill. These people in charge in California now, Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass in Los Angeles, they are failing to enforce the law. Not just federal law. The point that people forget is that even California law, even the sanctuary state law that they hide behind, has a section in it which I've read and I would enforce, which says that when you are dealing with criminals in the last 15 years WHO have been convicted of a crime. A long list of crimes. All the ones we've seen with these guys, from the pot farm but drug possession, illegal firearms. You have discretion to work with ICE in order to get them out of the country. So all of this could be avoided if we had people in charge. WHO would just enforce the law. Their own law. Never mind federal law. Where is the morality for these people? Never mind the pot. You have child labor going on there. Now you have Gavin Newsom so twisted by his hatred of Trump and desire to pander to his base, he is defending child trafficking and molesters. What is wrong with these people? Greater than I do think there is clearly an area here where you have state officials and federal officials trying to do each other as jobs, and instead of doing that, because Newsom is upset when President Trump brought in the National Guard, but at the same time you have federal immigration policy that the state is trying to dictate. So they are all overstepping the boundaries. Instead of doing that and entrenching themselves, find the areas that Steve is talking about and the most violent people and get them out of these communities. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it. We shouldn't push it until it gets to this point and it absolutely explodes all over the state. In terms of like the pot businesses, the legal pot businesses, it has been imbrulia possible for them to operate because there is so many regulations and expensive. It is more profitable to run a black market operation. Greater than Bill, the raids will only get more often. We're at the beginning phase of this. In California over the weekend, J.D. Vance was with his family at Disneyland and the governor said, "Hope you enjoy family time, J.D. Vance." He responded, "Have a great time, thanks." Greater than that's what he does. Gavin Newsom has given up trying to do his actual job. As a result, it is probably best he doesn't. When he is doing his job, it is a disaster. We're the worst run state in America. He is trolling. Last week, a week ago today, it was the 6-month anniversary of the L.A. wildfires. I did an event in Los Angeles pointing out nothing has been done. It is still a disaster. Newsom that same day puts out from his press office bragging about because he is trolling President Trump, his social media followers are going up. That's when Newsom now thinks of his success. Boosting his social media. Greater than Dana. Also this. L.A. continuing to do the cash payments including to illegal immigrants. Karen Bass on this. Greater than we also are going to have reinstitution of THEING Alino card, something that the mayor started during COVID that will actually provide cash assistance to people. Because you have people WHO don't want to leave their homes. WHO are not going to work. And they are in need of cash. It is a couple $100. I don't know the exact amount. This should be available in about a week. Greater than Dana. That is specifically for people affected by ICE raids. Greater than at least they have homes. People in Palisades and other places, they don't have homes or permits to build because Karen Bass and Newsom is letting insurance companies do whatever they want. You can't get permits unless you have funding. Greater than she is saying it is philanthropy. All these nonprofits, as we've seen before, ends up being followed through. It is taxpayer money going to the nonprofits and she says it is philanthropy. It is taxpayer money. At a time when she has $1 billion deficit in Los Angeles. This is where, and the final point, she says this is for people too frightened to go to work. They are afraid because of her fear-mongering. Greater than Dana, is it just fear-mongering they are afraid to go to work? Greater than ineptitude. You have bureaucracy protecting the wrong people. Maybe the system is completely broken, but what she is doing, this money laundering and graft, it is not. Greater than it is, because if they cooperated, as I said before, the city and the state, they wouldn't need to go into the communities. It would all be deal.